Hey folks, Andrew Fazekas, the Night Sky Guy here, with amazing news released from NASA today. I wanted to share this with you because I thought this was really incredible. Um, Came across my desk and I wanted to share with you. It's the Juno spacecraft that's orbiting the largest planet in the solar system, Jupiter. And they released an amazing photo. Check this out of one of the moons. It's the closest flyby of Europa in 22 years. Since the year 2000 we haven't seen Europa this close. It's an ice-covered moon. Isn't this absolutely gorgeous? Look at that. Here it is, folks. Behold this detailed photograph. It's the first image from a flyby of Jupiter's moon Europa, and I'm reading the press release here as we're looking at it. It's the first picture NASA's Juno spacecraft has taken as it flew by Jupiter's ice-encrusted moon Europa. It's revealing surface features in a region near the moon's equator called Anwen Regio. The image was captured during the solar-powered spacecraft closest approach today, actually, Thursday, September 29th at 2:36 a.m. Pacific time. That's 5:36 a.m. Eastern time. And it was taken at a distance of 219 miles. That's 352 kilometers. So this is what you're seeing is this region. You can see here along the terminator line, just like when we look at the moon, that shadow line between night and day is where you see a lot of really cool features right there. And they go on to say this is only the third close pass in history below 310 miles. That's 500 kilometers altitude. And the closest look any spacecraft has provided at Europa since January 3rd, get this, 2000. The year 2000, we haven't seen this moon like this. So you're actually looking at a lot of fractures in ice. This is an ice-covered moon. That's what you're seeing here. There's a crater there. That's why you don't see many craters on the surface. It's been remodeled constantly. This is a thick layer of ice. Now, Europa is the sixth largest moon in the solar system, slightly smaller than Earth's moon. Scientists think a salty ocean lies below a miles-thick ice shell, sparking questions about potential conditions capable of supporting life underneath Europa's surface. This is what's in the press release that NASA released today. This segment of the first image of Europa taken during this flyby by the Juno cam zooms in on a swath of Europa's surface just north of the equator. Due to the enhanced contrast between the light and shadow seen along the the night side boundary, the terminator, that's right over here on the left side, folks, right there, you can see the rugged terrain features easily, including tall shadow-casting blocks, while bright and dark ridges and troughs curve across the surface. The oblong pit near the terminator might be a degraded impact crater. Right there, you can see that. That does look like an impact crater here as well. And there's an old one up there too. You can see I'm circling it right there. It goes on to say in the press release from NASA, with this additional data about Europa's geology, Juno's observations will benefit future missions to the Jovian moon, including the agency's Europa Clipper. Now, that's an interesting mission. It's set to launch in 2024, and Europa Clipper will study the moon's atmosphere, surface, and interior, with its main science goal being to determine whether there are places below Europa's surface that could support life. Incredible. So this is really an amazing picture because it shows up close all those fractures that you're seeing there. And remember, we're looking at a moon, right? So where is this moon? You can actually see it in the sky, folks. Europa is one of the main moons of Jupiter. Here we go. Check this out. You can see right here. Let me enlarge this. Here we go. There you can see Jupiter in the sky. This is tonight on Thursday, September 29th. You want to see Jupiter and the moon Europa yourself? You can. Go to look towards the east after sunset. As it darkens, you'll see a super bright star in the constellation Pisces. You can see Pisces there. It's a faint constellation. You won't really be able to make much out of that. But Jupiter, easy peasy with the naked eye. And if you have binoculars, that's where it gets interesting, folks, because we can zoom in And look at that. You see the moons of Jupiter. So through binoculars, you may see something like that, right? And look at that, glow and behold. So tonight, this is a view around 8 o'clock local time, September 29th, Thursday. And look what there is. There's Ganymede. There is Io, that's the volcanic moon. And there is Europa. If you have a small telescope, it gets even more interesting. So the moon closest to the Jupiter is Europa, right there. Isn't that amazing? And of course, close-up views through Voyager spacecraft and Galileo over the years, many decades of viewing. This is kind of what it looks like overall. And we're looking at a swath through that Juno cam. This image over here is looking through that central part. This is what was released today, folks, by NASA. Incredible view. I'll put a link to this image in the comment section. I just wanted to share that with you guys because I thought that was incredible. It's so cool. In over 2 decades, we haven't seen Europa, one of the major moons of Jupiter, as close as what we're seeing in this photograph that was taken just this morning. Arrived fresh from Jupiter. It's so cool. I love space. It's so amazing, and I'm so glad I could share this with you. I'll put a link to this in the section below. And of course, if you haven't seen this week's night sky this week, do check that out. I'll put a link to that as well. Always amazing stuff in the sky. Jupiter is at its best now, so get out and view Jupiter. I want you to go see it. Again, I'll put it up, sky chart right there. Zooming out of Europa, there's Jupiter. And remember, let me just put that up here. Boom, there's Jupiter, and there's Io. Check that out. It is visible now in the eastern sky. Jupiter is at opposition, meaning it is at its biggest and brightest in our skies this week. So if you have clear skies anytime this week, or even next week, or even beyond for the next few weeks, Jupiter really is super bright, and it's rising in the east soon after darkness falls wherever you are. You can't miss it. Even within city limits with a lot of light pollution, you'll be able to see Jupiter there, no problem. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this video and you want to stay tuned for other amazing things that come across my desk, and I always something, so you don't want to miss it, hit that notification button, hit the subscribe button, like the video, share it with others. I'm going to be posting a lot of other stuff like this. You don't want to miss it. It's so cool, space. I'll have a lot more interesting stuff in the pipeline in the near future. So stay tuned. And until next time, I wish all of you guys clear skies. Bye-bye.